right, everybody, welcome back to A-Town Rundown. We're gearing up for a Memorial Day weekend where you might be grilling, you might be having a fun, you might be hanging out by the pool, having a good time with your buddies. But if you live in the metro Atlanta area, you're not gonna, because it's gonna be raining. Your outside grilling is gonna be turning into a George Foreman grill, and you're gonna be inside kicking back some drinks. If you've been listening to us before, you know what our favorite drinks are, and you're going to be listening to A-Town Rundown, and we're happy to have you. So let's start this off, and I want to get this out of the way, and I want to give credit to my boys. Georgia Tech are officially the ACC champions in baseball.
Let's go.
However, the Georgia Bulldogs are the SEC champions. They are neck and neck. I would not be surprised if we see both these guys make a strong playoff run into the World Series and possibly even play each other. That would be amazing.
Awesome, dude.
That would be amazing. But Georgia's looking dominant. Georgia's looking really good. But I mean, Georgia Tech won the ACC in the regular season, and they won the ACC tournament.
Yeah, Tech was good all year long.
All year long. Yeah, all year long. They got into first place and didn't drop after they got in there, so they're great. But speaking of baseball, let's talk about the elephant in the room right now with our Atlanta Braves, who just lost their second series of the season. Only the second series they lost, but they lost to the Nationals. When you look at the numbers, the Nationals are a 500 team. It does kind of hurt losing to them, especially with how good we've been doing. And it's kind of the fashion. Jeremy and I were talking about this before we started recording. It's the way they lost tonight. When you got the bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs and you got Ronald Acuna at bat, you think, surely there's no way this game isn't going to go into our favor. But this is when, as Jeremy and I were just talking about, if there's a major league pitcher on the mound, you got to give credit where credit's due. You cannot negate what good pitching is. And if a pitcher can put a ball that's going to be a ground play out, they're going to do it. And that's exactly what happened. And it does kind of take your breath away. And then it does start the argument about how Ronald Acuna has been this year. People are saying he left too much gas at the World Baseball Classic. People are saying he's too injury prone, that everything's rattling him up. But I don't know. I think we still got to give it some time. We're still pretty early in the year. I don't know. How are you feeling about Acuna so far? Like, what do you think we should take away from tonight?
Okay, so we were talking before the show started, and you mentioned something, and I know you don't feel this way after you said it.
Right.
You were like, he blew the game for us. It's like, he didn't blow the game for us. We were losing already.
Yeah.
So when I see that he's up to bat with bases loaded, 2 outs, it's like, that's who I want at the plate.
Exactly.
You know, like, he gives us our best chance. He didn't get it. And you're right. Like, a good, we're talking about the Nationals closer coming out in a 1-run game. And I know the Nationals aren't great, but, like, whoever's closing for them, and, no disrespect to the guy, but I don't know what his name was, but, like, him getting out there on the mound, like, yeah, he is going to find a way to get out, like, one of the best hitters in the league, which is Acuna, I'm not losing any faith in Acuna. I know the injuries have been a thing, and they're going to be a thing for any major league athlete, period. But at the same time, it's like, what's the idea here? Like, we trade him away because he's not living up to these crazy standards that he's set for himself as far as, like, how amazing we've seen him be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do?
I'm saying there is the argument of that because people want to argue his batting average. They want to argue that we won the World Series without him. They want to argue, how injury prone he is and stuff like that. But you and I were also talking before this, and, like, whether you like to admit it or not, Ronald Acuna is one of the best right fielders in the world. He absolutely is. So it's like, do you give away that talent at his position just because he's having a slump year, inside the batter's box? I don't necessarily think so. But
far, it's only May.
Yes, it's only May, but I think the injuries are what's really concerning people. But like I was telling you before we started, like, I always want to give a baseball player until August, till like late July, early August, to really see what their batting average is. And then, like, if they're still doing really well at their position, but their batting is just in a slump, maybe it's a bad year. But if it gets to the point where, next year comes around and it's not just a bad year, they can't make contact, it kind of gets to the conversation, like, do you seek out a right fielder who's good at right field but good inside the batter's box, as opposed to having somebody who's elite in right field and 50-50 in the batter's box? You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Well, here's the other thing. Like, let's say you were to float this idea, and I don't want to do this, but let's say you go and you trade Ronald Acuna for what?
Yeah.
because the thing about this Braves team is it seems like there aren't really holes anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go get another starting pitcher. It's like, well, you got Schwellenbach coming back, and you
Well,
got Hurston Waldrop coming back,
so let's talk
and
about
you've already
trades.
got good pitching
Yeah.
already here.
Let's talk about trades real quick though, because you and I were also talking in our podcast before our podcast about something that kind of lit me up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we did have a great opportunity to make a trade earlier this season, and we probably could have got somebody who's a good right fielder and a better batter. I don't know who that player would be. That's a full hypothetical. But the thing is, we were talking about our catcher situation, what we were going to do between Baldwin, Heim, and Murphy when Murphy came back. And I was sitting here telling you, and it's on the record, everyone can go back and hear me say these exact words, that Heim has been playing so well. He's been catching all the shutouts. He's been decent enough in the batter's box that he is doing nothing but increasing his trade value. So if Murphy comes back and they want to make a move with Jonah Heim, he has incredible trade value. He's got great opportunity to be traded for something we need. And then what happened? Murphy comes back and they do what? They cut him. They get rid of him they don't gain anything.
They put him on waivers. Yeah.
They don't gain anything from him. They just let him go, and then the Athletics pick him up. And then what happened, Jeremy? What happened to Sean Murphy? Oh,
he breaks his finger immediately, and he's going to be out until July or something like that. It was an 8-week injury.
Yep.
And that started a couple weeks ago. So,
and see, the pain of that would have felt a whole lot better. I'm not saying we had to hold on to Heim, but you had so much trade value with the way Heim was playing.
Okay. I have something to say here. So yes, you do have trade value there, but you got to think about where we are at the point of the season. A trade has to it takes two to tango, right? Mm-hmm. Someone else has to want to trade then. Nobody's making trades right now.
That is true.
The trades are happening in July and at the end of August. Right, that's what's happening. So
do you think we could have held on to Heim until then?
What do you do with them? You're going to send them to Gwinnett?
Well, I mean, I guess you could have just foreseen that Sean Murphy was going to get hurt. That's the perfect world. That's the perfect world I'm speaking of.
The main thing is the Braves do have a log jam with the amount of talent that they have. Mm-hmm. It's the timing didn't work out where, Sean Murphy comes back up and we go, okay, well, we have nowhere to put Jonah Heim because Sean Murphy's a guy that we've actually put a lot of money into and a lot of capital into, and he's back. So it's and we have nowhere to put Jonah Heim. He's not a player that you just send to Gwinnett. He's a real major leaguer.
To be DH, yeah.
And you're not going to keep him on the roster and keep someone else out. And you got to think you're also revolving all of your relief pitchers that you're sitting down to Gwinnett and bringing back. So I think logistically, we couldn't have hung on to Jonah Heim, and it's just not trade season. Mm-hmm. You're right. He had trade value, but nobody's trading right now. So what do?
Yeah,
you gotta designate him for assignment, and then you put him on the waivers, and you lose him. You
also can't be aggressive enough to try to force somebody's hand this early in the season, because much like me, a lot of people want to wait till July to see how the players really are.
Sure, well, yes, and that's true. That's what every general manager is doing. What does my team need? Mm-hmm. What have these guys done? Now, people are playing the waivers and picking up when they have injuries, and they're getting people for free.
With the game of baseball, as common as it is to see a slow start for a player within the first 3 months of baseball, it's also common to see a hot streak for a player within the first 3 months of baseball. Yeah. So you got to see how they're going to do, getting towards, playoff time. Are they really that guy? Because anybody can get lucky and anybody can be unlucky at the beginning of a baseball season. And it's all about how you turn it around or maintain it,
And that kind of brings me back to Acuna. It's yes, he has not been the superstar that we all know, so far this season. But, I have a feeling if he keeps coming up to the plate, he's going to get on that hot streak where it's all of a sudden he is the hardest out in the entire league.
But do you also feel because of all the fame and notoriety regarding Acuna, he's the catalyst and he's the martyr, he's the under the microscope player no matter what, because at this point he's pretty much a franchise player. Any little move he makes, it's going to be dissected like crazy, It's
going to be dissected, but at the same time it's he's not the player that gets figured out. You know what I mean? Now I have seen some things about how he changed his stance at the plate.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he's not as good. But I will say, he had those couple weeks off where he got injured, and he came back the same day that Drake Baldwin got hurt. and all of a sudden he's on base constantly. You
And
know,
I
he
want to
got
say,
walked twice. He got a double. You know, I think he accounted for like 3 runs that game. You know,
I want to
like
say too, like I mentioned it at the beginning of the podcast. I've heard several people be like, "Oh, he left all of his gas in the World Baseball Classic." Like, it's not like he was the star player in the World Baseball Classic. He was just a good player on a good team. Much like
Right.
with the Atlanta Braves, he's a good player on a good team. But with the Atlanta
Sure.
Braves, he's so much more under the microscope. And I feel like a lot of people, it's kind of like, "Oh, you just won a championship. Now, what are you going to do for us? What are you going to do for us? Why aren't you playing well for us? What's going on with us?" The
People are
MLB
looking at it
season
like
lasts
that,
a
yeah.
whole lot longer than the World Baseball Classic tournament too,
Right.
you guys. Like,
Right.
please remember that, you know?
Right. And I saw like on Monday when we started the series with the Marlins, and they beat us 12-0.
Yeah, terrible,
And I
terrible.
I got on Twitter and everyone's the sky is falling.
Yeah.
Like we're not as good as we were a month ago.
Yeah, and
Like,
you know it's
what?
because it's also because
We're the best team in
Acuna.
baseball.
It's because Acuna was on the mound and gave up 6 runs in 1 inning. You know, that was all.
Yeah,
wrong with
exactly.
Acuna,
Yeah, right.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you can't put that on him because obviously that's not him, you know?
Yeah. 6 runs in 4 and then 6. But it's one of those things like, you know me, you know the optimist I am. It's like, it's one of those things you try to look at the glass half full because it's like, okay, 6 runs in 4 innings, then 6 runs in 1, but then we didn't let him score again after the 5th, you know? We kept him
and
at 12.
The next game was Martin Perez. And shout out Martin Perez, MLB journeyman starting pitcher. He's come out of the bullpen for us. He's been a starter for us. He came out and he had a bad first inning. Like we came out and we scored a couple runs. Well, I think we scored like 2 in the first inning. And it's like, oh, Braves are back. Well, Martin gives up 3 in the bottom half of the inning. And it's like, fuck. Like we're losing, like we're done. But he locked it down after that. I think he threw 10 strikeouts, which was a career high for him.
Yeah.
And then the team rallied behind that. It was like he kept us in the game. Like it didn't start out the way that we wanted it to start out. But the fact that he was able to hold it down and the guys start showing up, and there's something about this team where it's like different guys find a way to win games for this team.
Yeah, absolutely.
It continues to happen. I know we just lost this series with the Nationals, but like even on Friday, we were losing that game. We were getting our ass whooped. It was like 4-0. And we get down to the 9th and we tie it back up and we get to the 10th and they score even more runs. And then when it comes down to the bottom of the 10th, we rally.
Yeah.
And, we have our backup catcher. Chadwick Trump is the guy who rips one, into left field, a line drive into left field that hits grass. And all of a sudden we win the game.
Yeah.
So I think that like, when you look at this team, it's like we have almost too many good players.
We do.
That's where I want to be, like as a baseball team.
And then you didn't even when you were explaining all that, you didn't even mention Matt Olson, didn't even mention Ozzie Albies,
Nope.
Didn't even mention Austin Riley, who I don't understand why Riley's not getting the same flack that Acuna's getting, because I haven't seen the Austin Riley I'm used to yet this season at all.
You want to know something about Austin Riley?
I would love to.
He is the highest paid Braves player of all time.
Of all time, more than
time.
You know what? I was about to say more than Chipper, but Chipper historically pulled Tom Brady's all the time, where he would take a pay cut
he would take
to
less.
make the team better. So
Right.
yes,
No, Austin Riley has the biggest Braves contract of any player of all time.
wow. And see, that's
More than Acuna,
Okay, but
more
see,
than
this
Olsen,
is where
more than
this
Greg
is where we're
Maddux.
trading dangerously. This is where things get dangerous, because now your casual Braves player will be like, "Oh, he's the highest paid out there, and he's sucking up the game." And it's like you got to understand the game of baseball. If you're getting mad, just like me, just like you had to talk me down from the ledge before we started recording. If you get mad about cold starts, you don't understand the game of baseball. Now, if a guy's been cold all season, if you get to September and he's still cold, and then next year he plays, and when you get to August and he's still cold, now it's time to talk your shit. Now it's time to be angry.
It is. But also at the same time, it's like, if you want to talk about like, oh, well, we got to trade Austin Riley. It's like, well, who's going to take that big ass contract?
Who's going to take that contract? Nobody.
So you got to hope that he does well. And I believe in Austin Riley. I know him to be a great player.
I do. I do.
But at the same time, it's like Acuna is getting paid less than you. maybe we should start looking at him to be like, why aren't you delivering?
And also,
You know what I mean?
do you guys not understand how hard baseball is? Do you understand how many guys,
The hardest sport to play in.
how many guys get drafted as baseball players and then go and play in the NFL or some other sport because baseball is just too hard? Like, it truly is the hardest sport.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe that's.
And you don't.
no.
Well, you don't.
No,
and also,
hitting a fastball has to be the hardest thing to do in sports. Has to be.
Yes, I think hitting a ball is the hardest thing to do. And the other thing is, like, you don't come out of college and go straight into the major leagues.
No, usually
you got to play in the minors.
Usually they say that college baseball might be a dead zone for a lot of players because you remember all the guys when we were growing up, it was club ball. You would play club ball, go to the minors, and go to the pros. If you were in college baseball, you were kind of dead in the water. Like, you had to be good. You had to be a good college player to make it to the majors. You know?
I've seen some of those guys.
Like, it won't surprise me. Like, I'm telling you, this Georgia Tech team is good, but it won't surprise me if I don't see none of them in the MLB.
I agree. And, I grew up playing ball, and I knew good ball players that did get drafted, like for the Rangers or the Twins or something like that. But they never saw Major League Ball. They never saw Major League Ball, and those are the best ball players I ever saw.
We grew up miles away from Jason Hayward, and he didn't even play for his high school team. He was playing for club ball. Like, he didn't dick around with that shit. It's like, no, I'm playing actual baseball at 14 years old.
He did play for Henry County High School.
Oh, he did?
Shortly.
Okay. But I know that in high school he was already playing club ball, so that must have been, his freshman year?
Well, I think baseball is one of those things where it's like you play year-round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think club ball, they try and do, like, not in the same season as, like, high school ball.
Okay, I got you.
So you get done with high school ball, and then you go to that.
And
it's
then
like
you go
travel
straight to the pros. Then we sign you straight out of high school.
Yep. Now, I had friends that got signed, like, straight out of high school. The Texas Rangers were at my high school to sign somebody, and he never saw Major League Ball, ever. Yeah. Same thing, a guy got signed for Minnesota Twins. Great pitcher. Fireballer, but like didn't end up in the majors.
If Michael Jordan can't make it to a MLB roster, it's a hard sport.
Yeah.
It's a hard sport.
That's a good reference. That's a good reference. But hey, he did do pro baseball, right?
Yeah.
Minor
for
leagues.
The Barons.
Yeah. For the White Sox.
But then it does got to show. It does have to show like how pure athletic like Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson are. Like, good Lord, those guys are monsters.
Oh yeah, and they're probably the most respected athletes of all time.
Because they succeeded at both sports. Like they didn't just play baseball and football; they were dominant at baseball and football. Mm-hmm. They were both really good at both sports.
Deion Sanders used to play a Falcons game and then go play for the Braves.
Yeah,
same day.
Yeah,
And absolute beast.
And that's why the Braves traded him.
No, the Falcons traded him. Did the Falcons trade him, or did he walk in free agency?
No, there was – okay, so
I think he walked in free agency.
I sort of saw the 30 for 30, and the thing is he suited up. He suited up for both teams in one day, but the Braves got pissed about it and, like, made him ride the pine. Like, he didn't actually play in both games, but he suited up for both games. And
he just showed up.
From what I understood from the 30 for 30 is like there was a lot of turmoil with him and the Braves because the Braves are kind of being jackasses about him playing both sports and like not letting prime time shine, So he was like, you know what? I'm out of Atlanta. That's what I got from the 30 for 30.
And that's why he left the Falcons too?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, Deion, look, he's a little bit of a diva. We got to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's prime time.
But then what are the other teams he played for? I know he played for the Yankees. Didn't he play for like the Reds too? Like, how did he pull that off?
I don't know what baseball teams he played for, but I know he immediately went to the San Francisco 49ers.
So I was about to say, how are you going to play for the Niners and the Yankees at the same time?
And I feel
that's wild.
I feel like he went to. I'm not even going to say on the podcast.
I got the internet right in front of me, dude. I got the internet right here.
Yeah.
Let's Google the internet. Deion Sanders.
I feel like he played for another team that was like just wow, dude.
Just wow.
Yep.
No, I'm pretty sure he did play for the Yankees, but I could be wrong. All right, so let's see. Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers, Cowboys, Redskins, Baltimore
Cowboys
Ravens.
Is the one I was going to say. I was like, I feel
he
like
retired
he
as a Raven.
Too.
He retired as a Raven. A lot of people forget that. All right, so he played for the Yankees and then the Braves and then the Reds, then the Giants, then the Reds again. But he played for the Reds in 94 to 95.
But football, he went from the Niners to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're hitting all the casuals.
So yeah,
bro.
he played for Cincinnati and San Francisco at the same time. So he played for the Reds while he was a 49er and a Cowboy, and then he played for the Redskins in 2000 with Commanders. Sorry.
No. They're called the Redskins.
So it looks like he did take a 4-year break from baseball because he played for the Reds for 97 and then came back to the Reds in 2001, which I believe is after
he just wanted to keep making money and playing sports, and people are willing to pay him.
Yeah.
He's a great athlete.
Yeah. But yeah, people forget that. He retired as a Baltimore Raven, so.
Okay. Well, my main thing was just like, NFL-wise, like, who
what
claims...
What are we even talking about anymore?
Deion Sanders. the conversation has devolved to Deion Sanders, and this happens in Atlanta because I feel like Atlanta's the one that like claims Deion.
Yeah, we
like
do
in his NFL career, and because he played for the Braves as well at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he played for the Niners. I think he won a championship with the Niners.
I believe
but
so.
I don't think the Niners like claim. Like they claim, Jerry Rice and
but
shit.
Even that,
but
even
like
that,
not really Deion Sanders.
Every time he comes to Atlanta, it's like a homecoming for him. Like I think it was one of those things. Like we talk about superstars in Atlanta, but Deion Sanders was like the superstar of all superstars to play for Atlanta. He truly was. Like there's nothing having Deion Sanders play in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've had a lot of superstars.
We have. We've gotten rid of a lot of them, and
yeah, we have.
Just
but
saying.
I put Deion Sanders up there, but it's not like he's Hank Aaron. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, I don't even think he wouldn't even be on my Braves Mount Rushmore, but he's definitely a memorable player. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Not so much for the Braves, more in the football sense, but I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, let's go Braves. We're gonna see how this turns around.
Yeah, we're 18 games over 500.
Dude, like I'm honestly not worried, and like I'm not gonna sit here and claim World Series, but I am gonna claim playoffs. Like we're gonna be when postseason comes, the Braves are gonna be a team to beat in the playoffs. Like, and they're gonna be a hard team to beat in the playoffs.
They just lost their second series of the entire year,
and that's what I'm saying.
And
so
it's May 20 something.
The game. The games against the Marlins. The games against the Marlins were our first. That was our first 4-game series of the season, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, it wasn't. No, I think we had another one against the Nationals earlier, and we split with them. But
okay, so that's what I'm saying. We've split 4-game series and everything else. And when you get to playoffs, when you get to World Series, you got to play us more than that, And we're taking these series. And I bet you, if this was a 4-game series, we probably would have split it. I don't think we would have lost it. No.
And something else to put in with that is, and we talked about this before the show, like not to make excuses, but rain delays all weekend. The last 2 games we had rain delays, like both games and for hours. And so all of a sudden, like your pitchers like aren't going to be the same when they come back in.
I feel that, but I feel like when you're at home, rain delays are completely different. I feel like you still have the home field advantage. And you still have the crowd behind you, dude. I mean, there's been
Do you after a rain delay? How many games have you seen people leave during a rain delay?
But I was about to say, dude, I've stuck around for rain delays. I had a good old time at one rain delay where
you and I would, but like, do most
big
people?
Big boy from Outkast happened to be there, and he got on top of the dugout and started singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Dude, my favorite thing about Turner Field was they used to have this rule where they didn't sell beer after the 7th inning. So if a 4-hour rain delay happens in the 4th, dude, you're drinking all night, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're going crazy. Yeah.
But I feel like a rain delay works in the home team's advantage. I do. That's truly how I feel. I feel like it kind of ices out the visiting team because they've already got jet lag. They've already traveled. Now they're going to sit through a rain delay. I feel like it kind of does benefit the home team. I'm not saying it does, obviously. But
my thing with the rain delay,
my personal opinion.
So you got a starting pitcher, and he's come down and he's warmed up, and he pitches 1 inning, 2 innings, and then he's got to sit for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
you typically don't bring him back out.
No, you don't. And I was going to say you go back into the rain delay from the rain delay with a fresh pitcher. You have to. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It is kind of hard to gauge.
I'm not making excuses, but it is part of the story.
I don't know what happens behind the scenes, but like, how quickly do they tell you, like, hey, we're 20 minutes, we're about to go back out there? Like, do you start warming up the second pitcher? Like, I don't know how it works.
Sometimes your starter's going to start warming up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how that aspect works, but
My whole thing is that I do think that had something to do with this series, like this weekend.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's like the Braves are not going to win every single series.
It also
this
ain't going
year.
to stop raining this week. It's not going to stop raining until like Saturday, from
No,
what
it's
I'm
not.
seeing.
No, it's not.
So I'm going to see ICP on Friday. It's going to be wet. Whoop whoop.
Oh, is it outside?
No, it's not outside,
Is
but
that the Eastern?
it's at the Eastern, and
Oh, bro, then
yeah,
you're good.
yeah, I'll be good. But I mean, as long as Atlanta isn't completely underwater by then, we've been flooding again.
Yeah, flooding on and off. But what are you gonna do? It's that time of year.
Yeah, it happens every year in Atlanta. Like, if you're not from Atlanta, you don't understand. Like, this flooding thing, I don't know why it was such a big deal. This happens every year. Like 75 floods every year.
Did you see any flooding this week at your house?
Just a little puddle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was over in Stone Mountain, and it was like the flooding that I was seeing like on Instagram. It's like underground Atlanta is underwater,
Yeah.
and I'm 20 minutes away, and it's like we didn't get anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's it's just that
But
time.
I
of
will
year,
tell
man.
you, dude, I will tell you, when I lived in Decatur would get scary because like flash floods were fucking real there. And I lived in this apartment complex that or it was like outside apartments, kind of like townhomes. Everything was in a line, but we had these stairs that led down to the patio, and
Yeah.
like all of a sudden it would start raining, and like it would just waterfall off the stairs, and it looked scary. And it was literally like a flash flood. Like, before you know it, water's like almost up to your knees, and then it
Oy.
just stops, and then there's just stagnant water everywhere. Like, it's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
once
flash
you
flooding
actually
is scary as hell.
but once you like own the place that you're living in, that's when you really care.
Yeah,
If you're in an apartment, who
yeah,
cares?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
Let
They'll
it
fix
flood.
it.
Yeah.
They'll fix it.
Not my problem.
All right, so moving on from the Braves, I think we said all we could. I did want to point out our Atlanta Dream are 4-1. They're coming off a victory against the Phoenix Mercury. All right. This is the second game I've talked about on here that they've won in dramatic fashion. Final score 80-82, but the Dream still won. I got some stat lines because I'll tell you, it is kind of bullshit how hard it is to watch a WNBA game. You got to buy this streaming service I've never heard of. You got to pay this subscription. You got to watch it over here.
It's like most
And
streaming
like,
services, like, well, you got these shows you can watch. Like, but for WNBA, it's like, nope,
yes,
it's just that.
It comes on this service I've never heard of before, and it doesn't have anything else on that service that's intriguing enough to make me buy it. And I'll tell you also, like, I've never been against, streaming, live sports games on various websites, whatever.
Sure.
People don't really care enough about the WNBA to stream them. So it truly is impossible. So now all I have is stat lines. And I guess that means that I'm just going to have to go to a Dream game. But looking at these numbers are good. So Ryan Howard, she played 34 minutes. She had 21 points. She was 7 for 15 in field goals, and she was 6 for 12 from the 3-point line, 1 for 2 in free throws. Our girl, Angel Reese, 17 points, 6 for 16. She was 0 for 1 on 3 points, but in 32 minutes, she did her job at center, and she got 17 points. I'm happy with her. Jordan Canada, 11, went 4 and 8. I mean, it looks like a solid team when you look at the numbers. Like, I'm telling you, if I'm not watching the game and I'm purely looking at the numbers, this looks like a pretty solid team, and I really want to get out there and watch them.
No, I agree, man. And it's like, what, we're going to pay $15 to go to the game? Or what do you got to pay to watch them on TV?
I don't know, but maybe I'll look into it.
$20 a month?
Maybe I'll just bite the bullet and do it, because I really do want to see these games. I hope the WNBA, because this is the 30-year anniversary, by the way. You would think that within 30 years they would find a way to be more accessible to people. But
and I think that's kind of the problem with the WNBA. It's like, if we could watch it easily, I think people would get more into it. Like, the problem with the WNBA is like there's not enough money coming into it.
Exactly.
And it's like, we want to watch it.
Yes.
But make it easy for us to watch it.
Because there's that argument like, oh, y'all don't care enough about women's sports. I do, and I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Just make it to where I can watch it. Just let me let me watch it. I would love to. I would have a great time,
And like as sports fans, it's like you already pay for Braves Vision and you pay for ESPN and
I was about
to
say, like,
stuff.
what if it turned out to where the Dream were the only Atlanta team you could still watch locally anymore? Like, that'd be great.
Yeah, no, I would love that. And that would be the one that I'd watch the most,
I mean, the thing is, like, if you like sports, it shouldn't matter to you if it's female or male playing. Like, if it's
No.
athletic competition at its finest, like, you should be intrigued enough to watch it. If
I
you
care
like
about the name across the jersey.
yeah, if you
The
like
city
Georgia,
name.
if you like Georgia Tech baseball, you should like Georgia Tech softball. If you like
Right.
Atlanta Hawks basketball, you should like Atlanta Dream basketball. Like, it should
Right.
just go hand in hand. Whoever's
Yep.
representing your city and who's ever
Yep.
playing a competitive sport, you should watch. I mean, and whether you want to admit it or not, they're probably still better than you, even if they're a female. So,
Oh my God, no. Those girls would kick my ass. I play basketball every week, bro. And
Dude.
if anyone from the Atlanta Dream showed up, they would destroy me.
You know what's even worse is, like, I don't think your average Joe on the couch realizes how hard the transition from baseball to softball is either. Like, fast pitch softball is no ho. Like, it's not an easy thing to do.
So it's a smaller field, but like when that ball comes off the bat, it's the same speed as it is in baseball.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to get it in the glove and it hits you in the chest, good luck, brother.
And dude, and it's aluminum bat, so they're swinging away. They're swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
There's not much holding them back.
Oh yeah.
And those girls are brutal, dude. Okay, Yellow Jacket softball was not that great this season. Wasn't good.
Well, I saw it in person, but
it wasn't that much fun.
The game I went to was competitive, like to the end, but it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything bad about like the girls that were playing. To be honest, like they're playing their ass off. But
yeah, absolutely.
I went and saw them play Florida State, and the Florida State girls were they were better. I think they swept us like the whole like 3-game series. So give it up for them.
Okay. It's okay. But, I mean, like you said, that's the one sport that FSU can beat us at. So
that's the only one.
Got to give it to them.
That's the only one.
Got to give it to them. Yeah,
it's the only one.
Maybe swimming.
Well, yeah. How deep are we getting into all the sports? Like everything that they offer at the college?
Yeah.
And I would still say Georgia Tech is going to have, more winners.
You think Georgia Tech can outswim FSU? That'd be awesome.
Not just swimming, but out of all sports.
Yes.
All competitive sports, I bet you that we are.
I mean, bro, if we're including like intellectual sports like chess and stuff, yeah, we got them all day, dude.
Yeah. But, we're talking about athletes. If we want to get into intellectuals, like, yes, Florida versus us, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it like unfair.
Hell yeah. All right, before we get in trouble, let's move on to something I wanted to do. I wanted to play a little game with you called True or False. So what I'm going to do, I haven't gone over any of these questions with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a situation, a scenario, and you're going to tell me if you think it's true or false. As in, we'll start off very simple. The Braves are going to make the playoffs.
True.
All right. You care to elaborate on it?
True, because if you look under the hood, this team, I think, like, there's so many players that have gone down, and then, we got this guy coming back. Like, for example, Drake Baldwin goes down on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Acuna comes back on Tuesday. So it's like you're able to plug in, like, so much talent. And you and me were talking about the pitching staff. Like, that was our big worry, like, in the offseason. And the pitching staff has been great, and we have more guys coming up. So we have kind of this log jam of talent that's going to come in. So I think the Braves are going to continue to win series throughout the rest of the season. And it would take an unbelievable amount of injuries for things to change for us.
Right. And I heard you say World Series earlier, so I know you're confident we're making it to the playoffs. So
I'm going World Series.
So something happened in the NBA I saw. For the first time in 21 years, LeBron James did not make an All-NBA team, and they're saying it's because he didn't play the needed 65 games. He only played 60. Now, I don't know how much time he has left, but true or false, LeBron James for the rest of his career will not make an All-NBA team.
Yeah, I'll say he doesn't make one. I don't think he makes another one.
Oof.
He's been in the league for 22 years?
Yeah, so I think
he's got to do the farewell tour, and he's earned it. Incredible career, one of the greatest players we've ever seen.
A lot of people have opinions about LeBron James, but it's getting to the point where, like,
I'll never say that he sucks because
I'll never
he
say
is
he
one of the greatest
sucks.
players we've ever
And
seen.
it's getting to the point with, especially how I'm seeing today's NBA, like we got a good showing out of him. We did.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, dude, I saw him whoop my team's ass multiple times, in dominant fashion. And he had a run, and I think that, like, not to, like, go ahead and, like, do a moratorium about LeBron James, but, like, if his career ended now, I would still talk about, like, the streak of finals runs that he had,
Right.
and how impressive that is. Now, it wasn't Jordan. Like, Jordan won every finals appearance that he was in. But there were also seasons that Jordan didn't make the finals. LeBron was there every year.
Yes.
For like 7 years.
And that's an argument a lot of people overlook. It's like, yes, Jordan won every finals he went to, but he didn't go to the finals every year. LeBron went to the finals, like 10 years in a row, something crazy like that?
Something crazy. I think it was like 6 years or something like that. But he also ran into Golden State, one of the greatest teams. They broke the record. They were 73-9. Like, they broke the record as far as, like, how many games they won in a regular season. Jordan didn't run into that. And then the next year, and actually LeBron beat that team, the 73-9 team, and won a championship with Cleveland. But the next year, Kevin Durant's with that 73-9 team, and they beat his ass. But it's like, what was he supposed to do?
Yeah. And I also think LeBron gets a lot of grief because, like, he's been playing, like, he started playing when the world evolved into the social media world it is now. And I think people get too much of him and too much of his personal life and too much of his
seeing
personality.
too much of him. Yeah.
We see too much of him. And I think a lot of the hate comes from people just don't like him. It's not that they don't think he's a good player. People just don't like him. Because honestly, like, if I knew LeBron personally, I've seen so much of him that, like, I don't think we'd be homies. Like, we could get along, but, like, I wouldn't call him to come over and hang out. Like, he doesn't seem like my type of person. But as
I've seen
player,
him, like,
he's
pretend
phenomenal.
to read books and shit. And it's
just not my thing.
Just,
All right, so
yeah.
True or false, James Pierce will suit up in a Falcons uniform this season?
True.
True. Okay.
I think he gets a 4-game suspension.
Okay.
I think he gets a 4-game suspension, and I know that it's dramatically changed, but it sounds like they're willing to drop all charges, and not just the police in Florida, but also Rickea Jackson.
Oh.
So,
okay.
If they're all dropping charges, then the NFL, if they want the product
charges,
on the
what
field.
Can you hold them on, What can you even do?
Tough conversation, man.
It is
tough
a tough conversation.
And you and I are on the record talking about that a lot.
Yes. Well, we're on the record tiptoeing around it a lot, but wanting to.
Well, I mean, it was, a couple months ago, it was he'll never play in the NFL again.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think people who know you and I personally know how we feel about it.
Yes, of course.
And I'll keep it at that. I'm not going to elaborate on that anymore.
No, I agree. But I do think that he gets a 4-game suspension. I think that's the max that they give him. Mm-hmm. And the Falcons will not cut him. Because when we're talking about ball players, and it's like everyone has all of their morals and all that stuff, and we maintain that. Mm-hmm. Even with James Pierce, it's like, this is your one chance. If something like this ever happens again, I would think, no, he's not going to play for the Falcons. But the way that it's worked out, they dropped the charges. The NFL wants ball players on the field,
right?
And they're going to suspend him out of saving face.
Yes, and I think we're past this make an example out of you part of the game. It's kind of like, well, what are the charges? Let's take it for face value. Let's take it what it is. But, like, just know that, like, you're known now. You're a red flag now. So everything you do, like, people have eyes on you now. You know,
right. Well, they warned us when we were drafting him. That's why he fell so far.
Yes, they did.
In
we
the
talked
draft.
about that. Yeah.
Like, he could have been a top 5 guy.
That's single-handedly the reason he fell so far. Because Tennessee warned everyone, like, hey, he's got a really bad anger problem. Like, really bad.
Yep. They said they knew about this relationship with not just Rickea Jackson, but, like, girls he's been with in the past. Like, this has been a problem that keeps popping up with him, you know? And the Falcons still said, all right, we're going to get him. No one else is going to draft him. We're going to take him. And he brought you 10.5 sacks. And I think the NFL looks at it and they're like, all right, we heard all the bad things, but 10.5 sacks, that's good TV, you know?
Yeah,
and I think the
exactly.
NFL is going to go that way. That's what they always do.
So I'm going to give you this last one, and we're going to segue into a little bit of Falcons talk. True or false, Michael Penix starts the season for the Atlanta Falcons?
False.
Okay.
False.
Okay.
Let's
elaborate on this together. Let's get into it.
Well, go ahead. Tell me why. Tell me what you think. What do you think? True or false?
Personally, I feel like, and my opinions are kind of based on like the people, the fans, everything, all the chatter I'm hearing, all the radio chatter I'm hearing. It seems like, much to my surprise, much to the contrary that you and I discuss, Atlanta is really, really, really rallying around Michael Penix. Atlanta fans really, really want Michael Penix to succeed. And I'm not saying that I don't. I'm not saying I don't at all. But what I am saying is I thought there was a good damn reason we brought in Tua as a security blanket. I thought there was much needed rehab that Michael Penix needed. I thought he still needed to learn how to do certain things progressively. I feel like he needed to give himself time to rest. And I thought that it was just a sure shot that Tua Tagovailoa was going to be the starter for the Atlanta Falcons going into this next season. But now I'm seeing all this backlash from all these fans. And then it's coupled with you're kind of starting to see like some bark out of Michael Penix that you're not used to, about him talking about how much he wants this, about how competitive he's feeling. And then you see him dancing at his wedding. You see him taking the do-rag off and showing you he's got the whole cul-de-sac bald spot
what'd you
going.
see? What? Yeah, I was going to say, what'd you see under that do-rag, bro?
I saw a neighborhood, you know? But then
saw a couple of houses, a couple of family homes.
But then you see videos of him, you know, taking snaps and stuff, and you're like, okay, well, when nobody's running at him, when he doesn't have a defensive line charging at him, it looks like he can take his time and make his pace. My thing is, I feel like he's going to do well enough. He's going to show Atlanta, or he's going to show, you know, the front office that like he wants it and that he belongs there. But I still don't think it'll be good enough for him to start week 1.
Okay. So you agree with me?
I agree with you.
You think Tua is going to be our week 1 starter?
I absolutely do, but I do not think Tua will finish the season as a starter. Penix is going to come in at some point. I just see that happen.
Maybe not. So, you know,
but are you under the impression that it's like it's a how well Tua plays thing? Like he's not.
No. Okay. No. My thing is that I know Tua's had like the concussions, and that's kept him out of games, but everyone acts like he's the one coming off of injury. It's like, no, he finished the season with the Dolphins healthy.
Yeah.
And everyone's acting like, well, what if he doesn't play? It's like, he's going to play. He did not have a season-ending injury. Michael Penix has had a lot of those. You know? So I imagine that Tua is going to be our week 1 starter. Michael Penix he's got to win the job back. How does he do that? I don't know. Like at practice, or does he wait for Tua to get another concussion? It's like, I don't think that like he's concussion prone.
No, and
you have to think about like how those injuries
concussion prone. I don't think is that a thing.
But no, it's not, and that's my point. And so Michael Penix is injury prone. Because of the knee surgeries.
Because a knee can be.
He's had a lot of them. Yes.
And it is. He's had them since college, buddy.
Yep. And he's had them repaired multiple times. Both of them.
Yes.
Like his whole, like playing football on TV, he's had, you know, season-ending injuries on both of those knees. Tua's had some concussions because he got rocked, you know, like someone hitting him.
Yeah.
So put him on a good offensive line.
Technically, I was about to say, as a quarterback, that's not all your fault.
No. And some of it might be like,
I'm surprised it hasn't happened to Joe Burrow.
Right. No, I agree. Joe Burrow, you know, is probably looking at this situation and saying, I don't want to be like that, you know. But with Tua, it's like, some of his criticism is like he's not getting the ball out fast enough. He's not making a decision fast enough. Let's see. Under a different offensive line, under a different scheme, and Kevin Stefanski's scheme is going to be very power offensive line.
Right.
He wants to be run heavy, which means like the offensive line is always going to have like 2 tight ends and big boys all around.
How is Penix supposed to run with a bum knee? You know, it's going to be Bijan every time. You're not going to be able to sneak it.
Well, the point is, you want to have dual threat. You know, like we have to believe someone's going to run, and Penix.
Well, you got to remember we don't have Algier anymore. You know.
No, we got my guy B. Robinson, Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson.
But
we got 2 B. Robinsons, dude.
I've heard a lot about Brian Robinson, and that a lot of people think that this is going to be the best running back duo in the league.
Not just that, we fucking we pulled up his stats when we signed him. He's not a scrub, dude. He's a legit player, dude.
Not at all. Yeah, exactly. So. I think if you have the run game and you have the line, and all Tua has to do is sit back there and just make a decision, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit back there and think about it too long. You know, that's when you get hurt, when you're back there holding the ball, because now you're a target. For him, it's like find your guy, get the ball out of your hands, or run it, whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, and remember that you're allowed to slide. Like, remember that.
You're allowed to slide.
Remember, you don't have to just throw the ball away.
Once you get past that line of scrimmage, man, like
you can slide for positive.
You can protect yourself still. Yeah.
You can slide for positive, and if they hit you, guess what? You're getting more yards.
Yeah, exactly. You can still protect yourself. But I don't know. When I look at, like, everyone says, oh, we got 2 injury-prone quarterbacks. It's like, no, we got 1.
Yeah.
I don't consider Tua to be an injury-prone quarterback.
Just unlucky. He's an unlucky guy. He got unlucky with those hits. That's really all it is.
Some of it might be his fault, though, because he does hold the ball for a long time.
You got to let go of that thing, dude.
You got to get rid of it, man.
You're playing keep away at this point, dude. Like, you're playing, I can't say the name of that game. Can't say the name of that game anymore.
Bijan Robinson did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. But
yeah, you're playing what he said. That's the game you're playing, you know?
Right, exactly. And if you're holding the ball, you're a target.
Yeah, you're going to get smeared.
But I will say, yes, you'll get smeared. Just a little Easter egg, like what game we're talking about, you know. But also, we were talking about for 6 months that Michael Penix couldn't take a snap under center. Well, all through OTAs this week, he was taking snaps under center.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And I did like to see that.
And dude, that's another thing. That's why
it's all non-contact, but like still.
People are going crazy, because the thing that I don't like is that gives the fans and it gives the media the excuse to blame it all on former coaching and be like, look what he can do. He can go out there. He can do it. He should go out there and play. No, the fuck he shouldn't, because he's going to go out there and break his leg. That's what's going to happen. Give this kid time to heal, bro.
I agree. And there was a lot of things that I said, like Joe Patrick. Shout out Joe Patrick. Smoking Joe Patrick. Big fan of him. He posted something saying that he was at like OTAs, and he said that the whole like, oh, people saying that he can't play under center, like he certainly can. And it's like, okay, so what was that about? Like, was that Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson like saying that he can't?
But I don't think we'll ever get the answer, because they're saying he can't, but he was saying that he can, but he never really did in college. So it's like,
and we didn't see him do it in the NFL that much.
Yes, and it's like, do you just do what you're told? Do you never speak up and be like, hey, this play is bullshit. I'm getting myself hurt and it's not working. Can we switch this up? Or do you just do whatever the fuck they write up, you know?
That's what I worry about. But you know what?
Are they writing it up to your strength? Like, I will
say about my quarterback, QB1 for the Falcons, Tua Tagovailoa, he does line up under center.
Very successful.
I've seen him do that a lot.
Yeah.
He once, like in 17 games, like he put up a 70-point game. You know?
Yep.
And I've seen Michael Penix, do rocket launchers, with his arm and stuff. And like, I love that. Didn't see him throw inside the numbers. We've talked about that. I need to see it.
Yeah.
I've seen it with Tua, though. Tua has had success in the NFL. Michael Penix, it's like he's a nice prospect.
Yes.
I'm not sure he's going to get his day to prove
But
himself again.
Michael Penix has also had kind of an unlucky situation with the NFL so far. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Well, he kind of got thrust into where he didn't get as much time as to develop as he should have. I feel like
he was supposed to sit behind Kirk Cousins, and then he didn't. Yeah,
and then he also had that relationship with the front office last year where he's getting blamed for stuff, he's blaming them for stuff,
because he was a top 10 draft pick.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like,
this front office that we have right now did not draft him.
I know.
I don't think they're going to be that partial to him.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, like, he was already coming off college injury. He didn't have much time to develop. He felt like he had to prove himself. You can call it a thrown to the Wolves situation, but I have seen rookie quarterbacks literally get thrown to the Wolves and succeed. I just don't think he was prepared for the role he was intended to have here in Atlanta.
Let me ask you one last true or false.
Okay.
All right. I got a true or false for you. True or false? Michael Penix's first year that we saw him, when Kirk Cousins went down, the first year that Kirk Cousins was here, was that better than what you saw last year?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
And I'm not putting that on him, because I'm a firm believer that the coaching staff the last couple of years was complete ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on record saying this. Raheem Morris and all of his homies that he hired suck.
Yeah. Scram.
Other than Jeff Ulbrich.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And they're gone. Thank God. I get down and I thank God every day, like, that they're not here anymore.
Yep. I get down and I fucking.
What about this? So
Light.
I'll give you another. I know I said that was my last true or false, but here's the other one. So
we're riffing, brother.
We're riffing, brother. Here's your true or false. True or false? Vegas odds that the Falcons win 5 games this year.
Dude, I saw that too. Okay, so that is false, because I looked at our schedule and I don't understand.
It's tough. It's tough.
Okay, but it's not as tough as everybody's crying about.
No,
it's not.
5 games.
Like, oh, we got to play the Steelers. Like, okay, we got to play the Steelers, but these are not the Roethlisberger Steelers.
Yeah,
like
the Steelers.
Okay,
were you that scared of the Steelers?
Yeah, like, of course the Steelers historically have a good defense, but did
like
they
the
really
Bears
have a
are
good
gonna be
one
hard?
the
The Chiefs are gonna be hard. But come on,
are the
we
Chiefs
still have
gonna
our
be hard?
division?
Are the Chiefs going to be hard though? Because
I'm not
look
sure
at last
what
year's
week
Chiefs.
but I'm not sure
what kind
what
of
week
Chiefs
we're
are we getting?
Is Mahomes going to be back? I don't know.
Yeah,
because I don't know what week we have them.
I can pull it.
But
up.
also, it's like,
let's go over this together, dude.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at this Falcon schedule.
But that's the thing. Is like, why do I need to be?
My
scared
point
of the Chiefs
is
who
like,
didn't
we're
even
still
make the playoffs
in
last year,
but we're still in the NFC South. We know who we're going to play twice.
Yeah,
the Saints, the Bucks, and the Panthers. I feel like we can get those. Yeah. I don't feel like any of those teams are better than us. We're going to win 5 games.
Right. So let's go. Our first game is against the Steelers.
Okay. And it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but what's there?
I bet we steal that. And
then at home, we got the Panthers on September 20th, which I don't know. The Panthers kind of shook us last year.
I think that was a coaching thing. Special teams was so bad last year.
Yeah.
And I think we've completely fixed that. We fired the whole staff.
Then we got the Packers.
Okay. At home or away?
Away.
Okay, at Lambeau?
Yeah.
Give me the Falcons, baby.
And then we got the Saints in New Orleans.
Okay. All right. Give me the Falcons.
And then we got the Ravens at home.
All right. I'll say the Ravens beat us.
The Ravens will probably beat us, and then we got the Bears at home. The Bears should beat us. I'll go on record saying that the Bears should beat us.
Yeah, but do they? You got to pick one.
The Bears beat us.
How many wins are we talking about so far? 4?
Yeah, so I got us. I have us beating the Steelers. I'm sorry. I do.
I do too.
I have us beating the Steelers. I have us beating the Panthers. I have us squeaking. I have us in a close game against the Packers. So I have us at 2 games, but I feel like we lose to the Packers.
Okay.
beat the Saints. I'm never going to say we're going to lose to the Saints. Fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm never going to say
Saints.
that.
Fuck the Saints. It's FTS all day long on A-Town Rundown.
But Ravens and Bears, I think we lose to, unfortunately.
Okay.
Then we got the Niners. I think we beat the Niners. So we got
At
the
home or
Niners
away?
at home. We got Niners at home.
All right. I've seen them beat the Niners at home.
All right. And then we got the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay.
All right. Yeah. We got the Bucs. We swept them last year. We swept them last year.
Okay. All right. So you say we got the Bucs.
We got the Bucs.
So we're already at 5 wins.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There goes the Vegas odds.
And then we got the Bengals at home. I don't know if we beat the Bengals.
What?
I don't know if we beat the Bengals.
Is Joe Burrow playing?
He should be playing.
You're
but
talking halfway through the season,
well,
man.
this is November, so that's what I'm saying. Because also
Yeah.
November 15th, we got the Chiefs at home.
All right. Well, if the refs are going to call the game fairly, we'll beat them.
Okay, listen. This schedule is looking harder than I remember, but I'm still very hopeful.
It
All right,
certainly is
because
hard.
right after
I think this team is going to be better than what we've seen the last 2 years, though.
Right after
on
the
coaching
Chiefs,
alone.
right after the Chiefs in cold November, we got the Vikings in Minnesota.
Oh,
yes.
What happened last time we played Vikings in Minnesota?
I think we beat them. I think we
beat their ass.
Yeah, I think we beat them. And then we got the Lions at home.
Okay.
Oh,
Got them. They don't scare me.
Hold on, I just fucked up. All right, we got the Lions at home, and then we got the Browns in Cleveland.
Kevin Stefanski, homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
We have to win that one.
And then we got the Commanders in Washington.
Okay.
And then on a homestand, we got the Buccaneers and then the Saints. And then we end the season in Carolina against the Panthers.
I like that they're still putting the divisional games at the end because you're hoping that the last games of the season matter, you know.
Yeah.
But if the Falcons go 13-3
is
or
tough,
13-4, you know,
I see us winning at least 7 or 8. I don't see it being 5, but I mean,
bro, I see us winning 10 games.
Yeah.
I see us winning 10 games.
Okay.
I think this Falcons team is going to surprise a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
Fuck the Vegas odds. I'm serious. I think the coaching is completely different. And I'll say something else about Michael Penix taking those snaps under center at OTAs this week. I think Alex Van Pelt, the quarterback coach, he's supposed to be the quarterback guru. And it's he's looking at this guy's footwork. He's getting into the details.
Yeah.
And I think the young man's listening to him. So if Tua's not our guy and Michael Penix ends up being the guy, I'll take either one, to be honest. But I do think having a quarterback coach like that and already seeing what he's doing with Michael Penix, who we all know as a very talented dude, he's got a rocket launcher for an arm, you know? If he can figure out, the footwork and how he can work under center and how he can move around a little bit, I'm not saying don't be Michael Vick.
Yeah,
you know, but if you can figure out,
you don't have to be Michael Vick with this team. It's
you don't.
Unnecessary at this
it's
point.
It's designed to not need a Michael Vick. You know, we don't need what's the guy from Baltimore? Lamar Jackson. We don't need Lamar Jackson.
Speaking of Baltimore, I texted you a couple days ago. There's reports that Derrick Henry has put on upwards of 30 pounds of muscle in this offseason.
He needed any more
what
pounds of muscle.
What in the fuck does Derrick Henry need to do with 30 more pounds of muscle?
Dude, he's gonna become the villain of planet Earth.
He's
gonna become like the Batman villain that no one can handle.
Why isn't he on the line? Because Lamar obviously needs protection. You got this fucking 6'5", 300-pound running back.
Oh, you think you think that Derrick Henry doesn't block for Lamar sometimes?
Obviously not good enough because Lamar was getting his ass beat last year.
Last year, yes, but bro,
maybe that's where the 30 pounds of muscle are coming from. Maybe.
Holy shit, dude! 30 more pounds of muscle.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ.
What's that going to put him at? 260 at a running back?
260 and running at you and ready to fucking rip your head off.
What is Derrick Henry's stats? Because this guy's, he's a monster, dude.
Oh, he is, man. One of the greatest to ever play.
Dude, he is 6'2" and 252 pounds.
Is that before he added the 30 pounds?
I mean, this is his official NFL stat, like as of today. But I mean, dude,
Well, is that updated?
It might not be updated as to what we were talking about.
There's no way he's 280 now.
But dude, 252 pounds. Like if he
and can run at you like that.
That has to be the added. There's no fucking way. Like, there's no way. Like, a fucking 6'2", 280 pounder. Do you know how big that guy would be?
If he found his way to 260, you know what I mean? Like, I would be scared.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm already scared. Yes. I'll be honest. At 250, I'm scared. You know,
dude.
Holy shit.
I just can't
imagine that. Imagine
because most guys
like
250 is a lot of weight, and like if you're 6'2" is taller than average, but like 250 on any height, if it's not Derrick Henry, it's gonna look like shit. Like
exactly.
Jesus
yeah, if it's a fat guy, like they can't run at you. First of all, Derrick Henry's not that dude.
No,
like he is a full on fucking athletic beast. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it used to blow my mind when, like, I grew up watching professional wrestling, and I remember the first time I realized that The Undertaker is 6'10" and, like, 320 pounds. I'm like, holy shit, what a big boy. What a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a monster. But also, I think The Undertaker would be scared of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry is a human bulldozer. How fast he can get your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like, I don't think Derrick Henry is going to be scared of anybody. Period.
No. Do you think it's going to come to the point where, like, one day Derrick Henry pulls a Bo Jackson and he just accidentally breaks his own bones from being too strong?
I hope not, man. I hope not. But yes, I can see it happening.
Yeah.
I hope not, because Derrick Henry, I mean, shout out, bro. He's I mean, they call him King Henry, bro.
See, Derrick Henry is the opposite of LeBron. Like, I could see myself hanging out with King Henry. I could.
Yes, me too.
Like,
me
that
too.
could be a homie, That could be a homie.
I would do this.
This takes me back to the argument I had the other day.
The best,
like,
bro.
This is where you separate players from teams that you don't like. And I was asking you the jersey question, but here's the thing. Like, Patrick Ewing, let's say we would never wear a Knicks jersey. Ever. No. Like, you would literally have to
Well, hold on. Let's give the Knicks their flowers. They have not won a game since the Hawks beat them twice in a row.
Very briefly giving them their flowers, but that's it. The only way you'll ever see me in a Knicks jersey is if you throw it on my coffin as it's descending into the ground. That's the only way it's ever fucking happening.
And then whoever does that, I will kill them, and they'll be going into the ground with you.
What happens is you reach the predicament where you're like, man, but like, guys like Patrick Ewing, legendary players. So is it okay if you have Patrick Ewing, but you have his Team USA or his All-Star jersey? Does it give it?
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, just not a New York jersey.
Not a New York jersey.
So what do you do about
not for me?
So what do you do about football players that you like but you don't like their team? You just don't do it?
Well, which ones are you talking about?
I mean, Derrick Henry, prime example.
Okay, Derrick Henry's fine, but if you're gonna get a Drew Brees jersey, as much as I love him, like I think he's a great player,
you got to get a Chargers one though, dog.
Okay, so do that.
There you go.
But if you buy a Saints jersey.
So there's certain lines in the sand.
I don't care what name's on the back.
My line in the sand used to always be like, I won't wear specific teams, and if they're retired, it's free game. Like sure. Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is retired, so I can wear his Baltimore jersey all I want. It's free game.
He was involved in a murder in our fair city.
So that's what I'm saying. I think like when you retire, but like there are certain cities I will never ever represent. New York and New
Allegedly,
Orleans.
I should say.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah.
Because he beat the case. He beat the case.
I said involved, but allegedly.
He just happened to maybe be there, is what it was.
Yeah.
He just happened to maybe be there. But, like, I will never wear New York. I will never wear New Orleans. Won't happen. I won't even visit New Orleans during football season. I won't. Sure. I will not go there during football season.
I love a baseball player named Mariano Rivera, like the greatest closer of all time. Mm-hmm. And he was a Yankee.
Yep.
I got to see him play in Yankee Stadium. I didn't root for the Yankees, but I loved that I got to see him throw some balls. You know what I mean?
I mean, bro, David Justice, Max Fried. You know, like, what do you do?
I know.
You know?
Every time I see Max Fried, like with the Yankee stuff, I was like, I hate seeing this. I hate seeing Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers shit.
Yeah, I do. I won't wear. So I do. We went over this. I do have a Kobe Lakers jersey.
Bro, hey,
I do have a Lakers jersey.
Well, I do have to say, I am wearing.
Oh, there we go.
But Freddie Freeman Atlanta jersey.
That makes
but
it
this
okay.
is
now,
hey, I bought this when he fucking played here.
But what do you think? Like, you think when Freeman goes to the Hall of Fame, it's going to be as a Dodger or a Brave because he's got 2 with the Dodgers.
A lot of people are saying the Dodgers, but I think like.
And are we speaking too soon? Like, do you see Freeman as a Hall of Fame player?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah,
I think without a doubt, absolutely.
Yeah, I do. I see him going to the Hall of Fame, and I think like when it comes to like who's like what hat he's going to wear when he goes to the Hall of Fame, it's probably going to be the Dodgers. But you have to think like he came up with the Braves. Like he did like 7 years with the Braves, where we weren't doing that much, and he still won a championship with the Braves.
Yeah,
you know.
When he got he was the last play.
Yep. And when he got to the Dodgers, and he won a series for us, like during that playoff run. When he got to the Dodgers, it's like they're primed for a win and shit before he got there. Mm-hmm. I don't think he won things for them. He was just kind of like cherry on top.
Yeah.
Like when he got there, they already had Ohtani, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they already had like Max Muncy and all
Mookie
those guys
Betts.
and Mookie. Yeah. Like all those guys they already built.
Who's the Cody Bellinger? They had
Cody Bellinger. Yep, stoner guy.
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt.
You see him in the dugout, and he's like,
"Yeah, he's on the Cubs now,
bro."
right?"
No, he's on the Cubs last year. I don't know where he is now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where he is now. Hey, rest in peace, Cubs.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we were talking about how everyone's like, "Oh well, they're the best team in the baseball." Well. Until they ran into us.
Yeah, they were.
And now they're not. Now they're like the 7th best team in baseball. And, hey, good for them.
Is Randy okay?
No,
Does he need some ice for that burn?
Yeah, he's not okay, bro. He's not okay. I got with him last Sunday. Yeah. And him and one of his daughters was telling me, like, well, I feel like we were ahead of the Braves for like a day or two. And I was like, what, a day that we were off?
A day.
Yeah.
A day.
A day that we didn't play?
It was a literal day.
Yeah, exactly. A day that we didn't play baseball.
Yeah, and then what happened? What happened the day after that? We went in front of you.
Yep, here we are, and we're still there.
Yeah,
we're still the best team in baseball. Sucks we lost tonight against the Nationals. Second season loss or series loss, like for the whole season. But
I mean, look at it,
same
dude.
Time,
we're at the end of May, and we've only lost 2 series, dog. So we've lost.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, this one stings a little bit more than the Mariners because I look at the Mariners, I'm like, hey, the Mariners are.
They're really
team.
good.
I look at the Nationals.
Nationals,
like, come on, man. You know, it's a come on, man. You know, but no, like, don't let the Mariners sneak up on you. I'm telling you guys, it's not fucking 1997 anymore. It's not 2005 anymore. No. The Mariners are a good team. You know,
the Mariners
just
were
like the Marlins are a good team.
Sure, and the Mariners were 1 game away from the World Series last year, and they lost to Toronto. So.
That's something that guys our age, we have to rewire our brain because we grew up where these teams were so shitty for so long for our entire. Well, I guess not. What the Marlins won the World Series in 97, something like that.
Yes,
but like since then, nothing.
Dontrell Willis,
you know, but
Josh
like since
Beckett,
then, nothing. And who was it? Andre Dawson. They had Dawson back then.
Yep.
Yeah. And then wait, they had McGriff back then too. Did McGriff win the World Series with the Marlins?
I don't know. You gotta have to look that one up. I only know him from the Braves and when the fucking the press box caught on fire and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
Crime dog, baby.
Yep.
But no, it's just like we had like there were all these teams that like you knew existed, but they were never. Dude, for the longest time, the Padres. I mean, since '98, the Padres were nothing really to really worry about. You know.
The Padres are threatening the Dodgers. Like I wouldn't be shocked if the Dodgers don't make the playoffs. Because the Dodgers are so good. Now, we do have the wild card teams, and, like, let's say Dodgers make it into wild card. I don't know, though.
True or false, we'll never see the Athletics in a World Series in our lifetime.
Oh, that's a good one. I'd like to say false, but probably true.
Because I think the last time they were in one was before we were born. I was born in 90. I think they were in a World Series in like 88 or something like that.
Right. I was born in 90 as well, but yeah.
And then they've done all that moving around and stuff. But I will say,
a lot of great players have come through there.
But I will say, you know, when they get this new stadium built, there's something about the first season in Vegas that's like a good luck charm to a lot of teams. So
sure, yeah.
And Vegas has money.
Golden Knights.
Vegas has money, dude.
Didn't happen with the Raiders, though.
Did not happen with the Raiders.
So, yeah, they ended up just getting the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, which good luck. You know, that's
Fernando Mendoza. Right. By the way, something worth mentioning. So Fernando Mendoza, we all expect him to be, or no, he was drafted first overall, like to the Raiders, like as a quarterback. Played at Indiana. His younger brother has already committed to Georgia Tech.
Yes, he has, and I'm very excited about it.
This guy, I mean, if he's anything like his brother.
Speaking of Georgia Tech, they're talking about Haynes King pretty much, being the next. What's that guy from New Orleans?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. They're saying that might be his role in Carolina. You know,
I could see it. I'm
telling you, dude.
Hopefully he doesn't terrorize the Falcons, man. Hopefully he doesn't terrorize the Falcons.
I've been holding strong for 36 long years, Jeremy, and it finally is starting to feel good to be a Georgia Tech fan again. It's getting there. It's starting.
It is.
You know, they won the national championship the year we were born. It was like an omen, you know?
It was
like an omen. We come into the world, they win the championship, they share it with Colorado, but we don't talk about that. But they win the national championship, and you have Jeremy and I brought into this beautiful world.
That's right. Yeah, and we've had so many serious bouts with Georgia at the end of the season. Hate week at the end of the season, football.
And let me also reiterate this, you fucking UGA fans. You don't understand that for years and years and years, you guys were trash. We used to beat you guys all the time, and then it turned into a home field thing. It turned into whoever was playing at home was going to win. Georgia Tech has beaten UGA several times in my lifetime. You guys got Kirby Smart. You finally got a good fucking front office. You got a good program going around you. I'm not taking anything away from Kirby Smart, but I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of you calling Georgia Tech trash. We're not trash. You guys just have more money in DUIs, felonies than we do. That's it.
That's true. And, if the ball is round, Georgia's nowhere to be found.
That's right.
So let's go. Let's see what happens in the College Baseball World Series.
Yeah, no, I really would like to see it go Georgia Tech.
I would love that.
Dude. I mean, but there's a high likelihood because it's astounding how good those two. I think I was looking at the score before we started recording, and I just saw a snapshot. Like in the top of the fourth inning, UGA was beating Arkansas 8-0, and they're that far into the season. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah. Right.
That's crazy, dog.
It is, but that's how it works. Like with college sports, man, and that's why I'm not like a big college football person because it's like. To me, it's like it's not that competitive. Like someone just whoops someone's ass, and the game's determined in the first half, and I'm not watching anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Georgia will play, Middle Tennessee State, and they're up by fucking 55.
Not
halftime.
Only that,
you know what I mean?
They'll give that program a bunch of money to come between the hedges
to show up on homecoming night.
And let UGA whoop their ass to make everybody get drunk and rowdy,
Right. So so it's like college sports, it's hard to tell. Now where we're at right now with college baseball, a little different because we're actually getting into the bracket. Like everyone's heading towards the College World Series. And we'll see who shows up to Omaha. You know what I mean? Like when we get to the final, if it was Georgia Tech and Georgia, that would be fucking amazing for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just amazing to watch.
It'd be good for us. It would be good for this show. It would be good for you listeners at home. Hopefully all you guys are Georgia Tech fans, but if not, at least you're just fans of us. That's all I care about.
I know that not everyone that listens to us is a Georgia Tech fan. I do know that.
I know that fact.
Yes, I do know that. Yes,
fact, dude.
There's plenty of guys that are just like, fuck these guys, but that's fine. If you listen this far, thanks for listening,
Absolutely.
And we like you, bro.
But
Whoever
also, if
you are.
you've listened this far, it's time for you to part ways with us. It's time for you to spend time with your family on this glorious Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully, you don't have to work tomorrow. I fortunately don't have to work tomorrow. I can hang out with my kids.
I unfortunately do have to work tomorrow.
Oh man, maybe we'll come by the bar. Maybe we should do that.
Come
Maybe
by
we
the
should do that.
bar, bro.
Can my kids
by the
come?
bar. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I've been to a lot of breweries that like they say kids are welcome, but then like you bring your kids and everyone's just staring at you like, why the fuck did this motherfucker bring?
Well, my whole thing is like, if I see parents actually watching their kids, I'm like, they're welcome here. But if kids are just like running around and parents are outside having a good time, I'm like, I don't want you guys here at all.
Yeah, go home, go home. But
yes.
But
I'm not your babysitter.
You can't get a Miller Lite at Outrun Brewery, but you can get a lot of good beer at Outrun Brewery. And you guys should go there and hang out with Jeremy sometime. It's located in Stone
You can get a beer
Mountain.
called Daytona Daydream.
There you go.
Up at
Dude, that
Outrun
can
Brewery.
alone makes me want it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kyle Busch, by the way.
Yes. Oh, my God. Can you believe it, dude? Pneumonia
No.
and sepsis at what, 42 years old? Something like
Yeah,
that?
out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere,
They were
man.
saying
That's
he was
wild,
sick
dude.
for like a week and he died.
Yeah. I mean, pneumonia is one of those fucking crazy. Pneumonia took Bernie Mac. Pneumonia has taken like several guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy how quick it can act too. Like pneumonia is a silent killer, and it's something you don't hear of often, so you don't think of often. But like, goddamn, dude, pneumonia and sepsis. 42 years old, Kyle Busch. Jesus Christ, dude.
Rest in peace, Kyle Busch.
That's awful, man. Awful. It feels like, and that's a trend on this show I hope we steer away from. Seems like every time we press record, we're talking about another athlete or somebody passing away, and it fucking sucks, man. It's really sad.
Well, the reality is that we're all going to die, guys. I'm sorry to bring this podcast down, but like we are all going to die.
Yeah.
And we don't know how and we don't know when, but we have to cherish the moments that we have together. Period. Joey, I love you, man, and hopefully you don't pop up dead somewhere, and same with me.
That would suck, dude. But my wife does have a pretty good life insurance policy because the only way I could talk her into
she's gonna end up on forensic files. Like no one can figure out how he died.
The only way I could
looked
talk
at
her
who
into
benefited from the life insurance policy.
the only way I could talk her into letting me get a motorcycle was if I got life insurance. So
you got a motorcycle?
I'm getting a motorcycle.
I was gonna say I got a motorcycle.
I used to, and then she got pregnant, and then she was like, "Well, hey, if you get life insurance, you can get a motorcycle." And I was like, "All right, fucking cool."
All right, there we go. Nice. That being said, that it's been a great episode.
Well, that being said, also, if I don't die on a motorcycle, you guys need to look into this.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm saying it right now. If anything ever happens to me,
and it's not on a motorcycle,
right. Nah, I don't believe your wife would ever do that to you.
I would hope not. I think a lot of guys never believe that their wives would do it.
It's happened in history.
It's time to go.
It is, guys. Yeah, it's time to go.
All right, so Jeremy has a badass band called Sun. Does Sunmancer have any shows coming up?
We have a show July 27th. Or no, I'm sorry, June 27th.
Okay.
In Warner Robins. Come out and see us.
That is the day I come back from the Bahamas.
All right, well, we'll be there. It's us with Blood Comes Cleansing, The Tarnished, and I forget the other band is.
Oh, man. We were talking about that show post-podcast last time.
We were. And Sunmancer's going to blow the motherfucking place away. So,
yes,
we always do. So
you can check us out on YouTube at A-Town Rundown, Instagram A-Town Rundown. You can hit Jeremy up personally on X, formerly known as Twitter, at A-Town Rundown, and you will see him popping up in the Braves Reddits, just like he did in the Hawks Reddits. So give us a shout out, give us some comments on YouTube, let us know you're listening, let us know what you want to talk about. We are very engaging and very easy to get along with. But until then, we will see you guys next week, which our next week's show might come quicker because we usually record on Tuesdays. It's Sunday now because my schedule had to change at work. It's none of your business. Just know we'll be back soon. We'll be back soon.
All right.
All right, man. Let's get out of here.
Yep.